He's got to unmute.
He doesn't have to hit the record button. We're good to go. Thank you. The selectmen and the staff will generally remain on mute except when speaking or voting, and will generally be keeping video of themselves throughout the meeting. If a member of the public creates an audio or video disruption, they may be manually ejected from the meeting upon recommendation of the staff or the first selectman. There will be participation for audience of citizens. So call to order. First moment, I'd like to take a moment of silence. Doesn't seem to get any better. So a moment of silence, please, for our country and all who live here. Thank you. Approval of the agenda. I make a motion we approve the agenda as delivered. Any discussion? All those in favor, Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Bob?
Yep.
Lisa?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Stephen, thank you. Audience of, approval of the minutes from the last Board of Selectmen meeting, June 2nd, 2020.
No problem.
Any discussion? Make a motion, we approve the minutes. Did I already make a motion? No, I make a motion, we approve the minutes from the June 2nd, 2020 meeting. All those in favor, Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Bob?
Yep.
Lisa?
Yes.
I vote yes. Stephen, thank you. Audience of citizens. I'm looking on the participants. Anything that's not on the agenda, it's very difficult because the agenda wasn't sent to everybody. So if you have a question, you'd like to know if it's on the agenda.
Steve,
Yes,
if I may, Mary Roykel, 34 Doney Road, Columbia. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'll be brief. I did send via the public information, whatever email address that was, a potential issue that I would like the Board of Selectmen to consider over time, hopefully in the immediacy of time. I believe I'm representing several people from Erdoney Road, Sunny Slopes, Sadlin, and I don't think this is specific to just that region. I think this is specific to residential areas of Columbia. But for at least 10 years, there has been, I think, efforts made on the part of residents as well as the town to try to minimize speed limit and speeders on residential streets. Those who more and more who are now distracted for God knows what reasons, texting or whatever, as well as some of the maintenance that is being done on the streets. I won't get into the background and or the proposals. I'm sure that the Board of Selectmen will read that, but I believe it's a serious enough issue to bring to the attention of the board on behalf of several people in this area, as well as I think several residents in the town of Columbia, is can we have a concerted, comprehensive discussion, effort, and proposals to try to increase driver attentiveness and decrease speeding and protect and have safe our pedestrians. So that's the gist of what the email was. Steve, I know you and Mark received that email also.
Yes, Mary, thank you for your comments. We will be looking at a lot of different options, but it's very difficult on streets like this. But we got your email. Thank you very much, and thank you for your comments.
I don't see anything coming in over public input or chats.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. One chat. Tiffany Anderson asks, are you able to share the agenda in the chat? Ooh, I don't know how I would do that.
So,
If,
Put a file to the chat directly.
what was that, Tiffany?
Sorry, you should be able to upload a file or a document directly to the chat, and then everybody can access it.
Okay.
Mark,
Yes.
Jen, can I just suggest that the agenda is posted on the website, so you would be able to pull that up on the Board of Selectmen agenda. There's also on the home page, there's a link right to the Board of Selectmen agenda tonight. So that might be clear for people.
Yeah, because I wouldn't know how to upload it to the chat. And I'm the host of the meeting.
I mean, do you have something that you wanted?
Is there specific, Tiffany, that you want to know? Like when we're going to discuss the issue you brought before us?
It is on the agenda.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then we'll have to learn how to put that on the chat.
That'll be my next challenge.
See anybody else?
No.
Okay, seeing none, let's go into old business. COVID-19 municipal updates. So we've talked a lot. Mark has put together some things. Mark, I'm gonna let you take it.
Okay, the mainly what I'd like from the board tonight with concerning COVID and how we're slowly bringing the town back into increased access to the public. We feel we've been doing a great job of working with anybody that needs anything. I don't think one resident hasn't been able to process an application or permit or get a transfer sticker or a dog license. So we've all been working real creatively behind the scenes. But as we open up a little more, I'd like to recommend that we open to visitors by appointment or through communication with the staff on July 6th. I feel that would give us time. We've ordered plexiglass applications for all the offices for spit guards. We've ordered hand sanitizer dispensers and tables to put them on when coming in. We plan to take the temperature of visitors when they come in. Right now, we haven't really totally figured out how to do that, whether we have to hire a floater to man the entrance, as some towns are doing. But that'll be a next step. And we've set up traffic. We're going to have everything come in through Yeoman's Hall, exit through Town Hall. We'll have social distancing stickers on the floor, requirement to wear a mask in the building. And right now, we're hoping that based on all of our online possibilities, a lot of people will be paying taxes online or using the new mailbox that's outside, and we can always mail them a receipt. So that big mailbox at Yeoman seems to be working great. And we'll also be taking the temperature of our employees, keeping a log. We already are making the Yeoman's Hall bathrooms, the public bathrooms, and the Town Hall bathrooms, employee-only bathrooms. We've also increased the cleaning schedule of Town Hall. And we're even now looking into some of the antibacterial fogging units that the school has purchased. So that's a next step to figure out how to get things even cleaner. And we've gotten feedback also from the other departments. The rec department plans to also take temperatures. Well, all the departments will be taking temperature of their staff. Beginning June 17th, the pavilion at Rec Park will be open for rentals. And the Eastern Highland Health District feels that the executive order is about to raise the group maximum from 25 to 50 on June 17th. It just hasn't happened yet, but that's the prediction. Kayak rentals will resume with proper wipe down in between uses. And at the moment, the facilities are status quo. Everything else will remain the same. The bathrooms are still closed at the beach at the moment, just due to social distancing challenges in the Murphy House. And the senior center in phase 1 would like to reopen transportation, but on a very limited basis. 1 wheelchair and 3 passengers at the max in the 14-passenger van. And once the medical car arrives, which is on order, we'll start using the medical car as well. And we have a whole protocol for wiping down the cars, wearing masks, checking temperature, everything else that would be normal. And the Saxonby Little Library has also submitted a plan that the library will be staffed 6 days a week. They'll continue their Saturday hours for the summer. In-house staff at any one time may remain limited. They'll be opening the library, the large main area, for limited browsing during set and structured times. And they're working on a schedule to allow patrons into the browsing area for a few hours during different days and different times of the day to accommodate various schedules. Stacks of the children's area will be closed to the public, but materials can be retrieved from the children's area. Public restrooms will be closed. We anticipate browsing times to begin July 7th. And then it goes on to some more details from Sue Epstein. And I think we're in good shape as long as we just keep being cautious and slowly open up. I don't know if anybody has any specific questions to all the procedures I sent out to you.
Mark, I have one concern. I understand at the lake, at the beach, that there's the ice cream truck that comes. From what I'm told, that the guy who's running the ice cream truck isn't wearing a mask, and the kids are all, approaching the truck to purchase ice cream.
Okay.
I'm just concerned because this guy is traveling from, at least I understand he's traveling from community to community. And so maybe that's something that needs to be addressed.
I'll take care of that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Anybody else, or is the board good with those plans as I presented them and as we've sent out in writing?
Just a question at the lake, are things going well?
Yes, according to Mark Bolza, everyone is following all the safety protocols, and I haven't heard anything of a concern.
A couple of times I've been down there, people definitely were following social distancing protocols.
Good.
The 2 times I was down there, it was fine.
All right, then I'll plan to go forward. That's all, Steve.
Thank you. Okay, some months ago, we had a discussion on different tax exemptions for veterans and families of veterans who have, Gold Star families and stuff. We finally got the ordinances. So if you turn to that in old business, I have a motion to read that will cover all of them, but they're all right here, written, gone through legal, and been revised, and we think we've got it correct. They will cover, this one motion will cover the ordinance for additional exemption for veterans, which is on the back page of the first one. So don't miss that. It's a little out of order, but that's fine. The other will be the ordinance for property exemption for Gold Star parents and spouses for somebody who is killed in the line of duty. Ordinance tax exemption for motor vehicles equipped for disabled veterans, and increased exemption for 100% VA-rated disabled veterans. And I know that came up, it probably should have said it here, but it does say it in the write-up itself, VA-rated disabled veterans, okay? And if you ask a veteran who has tried to apply for disabilities, it's quite a challenge most times to get 100% disability. So in saying that, the Board of Selectmen resolution, readoption of veterans exemption ordinances, whereas the Board of Selectmen has previously recommended that the town adopt certain ordinances expanding property exemptions and abatements for veterans, and whereas the town charter would ordinarily require a town meeting to adopt those ordinances, and whereas in light of the current declaration of public health and civil preparedness emergencies in the state of Connecticut, and executive orders issued by Governor Lamont in conjunction with such declaration, the holding of a town meeting would not be prudent. And whereas Section 4, Executive Order 7JJ Juliet, issued by Governor Lamont on May 6, 2020, permits the Board of Selectmen, upon finding that taking such action in a timely manner serves an important public interest or to avoid financial loss, to take action to adopt or amend ordinances without complying with the town charter or any statutory requirement to hold a town meeting or referendum to approve such adoption or amendment. And whereas the Board of Selectmen has determined that delaying the adoption of the proposed ordinances would potentially adversely impact the financial condition of certain veterans who may be affected by the COVID-19 pandemic or otherwise. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to the to the authority granted under Section 4 of Governor Lamont's Executive Order 7JJ, the Board of Selectmen does hereby adopt the ordinances entitled Ordinance for Additional Exemption for Veterans, Ordinance for Property Tax Exemption for Gold Star Parents and Spouses, Ordinance for Tax Exemption on Motor Vehicles Equipped for Disabled Veterans, and Ordinance for Increased Exemption for 100% VA-rated disabled veterans. Any discussion? We went over this a lot. We passed it through legal, sent it back, looked at it again, and I think it meets all the provisions that we looked for. And I'm proud to bring this to the town, those who have served and will benefit from this. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
With a vote 4-0, I will abstain, being a veteran, although I do not qualify for any of these. I thank you all. Passes. Charter Revision Committee member recommendations. We have a list here of people who have either written in and desired to be on the committee. We're also looking for more recommendations. I think we may have to further advertise this or kind of knock on some doors to see if people will step up. It can be time consuming, but it's for the good of the town. You look like you have something, Bill. You're good?
I'm good.
Okay. So we don't have enough members here, and it's not diverse in the community of, I don't know, if there's a requirement for party lines. I forget.
Yes, there's a maximum of 5 of one party.
Okay.
So since most of your volunteers are Democrats, you'll max out at 5 in the Democratic Party.
All right, so,
Steve, I would not mind being on that if they needed Republican. So
not mind or would love to be on it?
I would love to be on it actually, but if there's other people who aren't involved that want to be more involved,
All right.
I would, you
Keep
know.
looking around, you know, everybody on the board can look for, you know, people of other parties. I mean, there's some good names on here, and I'm proud to have them volunteer should they be chosen to serve. So we're going to have to go out there and find a few more, okay? Authorization of the agreement between the Town of Columbia and USS Vineyard Solar LLC. Mark, you want to hit?
Sure, Steve. This was brought to us months back when we voted to support in a letter of support from the town through US Solar and Walt Tabor and Nancy Tabor's land to put a 25-acre solar farm on the land. This is not a done deal by any means. It's still a competitive process going through DEP for grants to make this financially possible. But what we've done in putting this deal together is that what is now going to be called USS Vineyard Solar LLC and the Town of Columbia have offered the town a payment in lieu of taxes of $5,000 a year, which is a heck of a lot more than we were receiving from farmland. And this is land that will not be seen by the neighbors and will work on the vineyard. So this has gone through legal, and the recommendations from legal have been accepted by US Solar, and an agreement is in place upon ratification by the Board of Selectmen to then, if this is awarded, it still has to go through planning and zoning and the normal procedures of the town for a commercial installation. And Stephen, anything else you want to add?
No, you're just right.
Okay.
So any discussion? So I make a motion, I move to approve and authorize the execution of the agreement for payment in lieu of taxes between the Town of Columbia and the USS Vineyard Solar LLC. Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Steve and I vote yes. Thank you. On to new business. If you've not been up to Rec Park, it's coming along nicely. The road is well done. The trail is well done. And things are moving up there. George and his department are doing a great job. We put out for a bid for the guardrails along the separation where it's very tight between the road and the walkway. And we are happy to announce that Atlas Residential and Commercial Services was the winning bid. They were not the cheapest, but they came in with great recommendations. We've worked with them before, and they were $200 over the lowest bid. So it came in well below the budget. So I make a motion to approve the recommended contractor, Atlas Residential and Commercial Services, LLC, for $21,244.50 for the installation of guardrails at Rec Park. Mark, should this say for the supply and installation of guardrails at Rec Park?
Yes.
Okay, so I amend my motion to read for the supply and installation of guardrails at Rec Park. Any discussion? All those in favor, Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Steve and I vote yes, thank you. Okay, 6.2, new business. Let me get to that. So we have had a request from the Congregational Church, which is having its, I'm sorry, I don't know, is it 250th anniversary? What is it, Mark?
This request is really for every Sunday until the pandemic goes by.
They would
Not so
like to
much.
have outdoor services during the virus season, I guess, near the gazebo, because there's a source of power there, and they're going to have a small audio system to be able to. He wants an audio system, right, Mark?
That's correct.
Yeah. So from Pastor Barry's request, most of our congregation is in the high-risk area for the virus, and we are reluctant to move inside for services. So they've asked to be able to use the gazebo in the green near the gazebo for church services. I need some thoughts.
I think it's a great idea. Like, you know, if they share the parking lot, so, you know, they don't really have any of their own space to do it on.
Yeah, so how many people could they service there? Could they put up to 50?
Well, if the governor's executive order changes as it's predicted to on June 17th, it'll go up to 50. But that's groups of 50. So right now it's 25. You could have 4 groups of 25 as long as they're all separated. So it's defined as a group based on having room to separate the group. And you would still need social, wear masks and try to have distance.
It seems like a good idea as long as they separate and wear masks. So she's having a loudspeaker so she can be heard at a distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we need a motion to allow them. Let me see. Yes, we do. Okay, I move to approve temporarily during the pandemic the Congregational Church's request to hold outdoor service on Sunday mornings on the area noted as the town green. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Steve and I vote yes. Thank you. So the next is 6.3, and it's absolutely unfortunate that we even have to consider something like this. But Tiffany Anderson has written myself and pass it on to the town administrator. And Tiffany is asked to organize and hold a rally, a meeting in the center of town at the town green area. Is that right? Tiffany, I'm going to be able to bring you on this because I want to make sure that we get it right.
Okay.
Some of the questions that we asked were security. We asked about numbers of people, safety protocols with the coronavirus and the masks and everything. So, Tiffany, why don't you tell us a little about what you're hoping for and what we're looking to help you accomplish?
Sure, no problem. Thank you so much for taking the time to consider this. I was hoping that we could schedule this for probably a Saturday. I think that would be when most of our Columbia citizens would be available to participate in the Togetherness Rally to support the Black community. I also thought, a rain date would be helpful. So looking at possibly this coming Saturday, June 20th, or the following Saturday as a rain date, June 27th. Probably a middle of the day event from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and hoping that the town green could be made available for this event. Parking is something that we would have to figure out. I know that local to the town green are Horace Porter or the library parking area. I have reached out to Troop K and specifically to Officer DeCarly. I have not received reply from them, asking them to join us in this togetherness rally, possibly even, collaborate around how they would like their involvement to be in this, or if they are able to, support us for safety measures. But again, haven't heard back. And then just to clarify that this would be a peaceful demonstration. It's meant to be a show of support for the Black community, to raise awareness of the continued systemic racism that unfortunately is a reality today. And the message would be one of unity, collaboration, and hoping to kind of evoke some of those needed actions and reforms, nationally, and certainly at the state level as well. There would, of course, be social distance requirements that would be mandatory for participation, including masks. Participants, and of course, a 6 feet distance. Participants would be directed to properly dispose of any waste, such as gloves, masks, water bottles, any signage that they bring would have to be properly disposed of. And then methods of communicating this event would be using social media platforms, possibly email if there's a list of emails that could be provided. And there's an app that is called Nextdoor that I had posted kind of a inquiry about this on, and had some interested neighbors on that. So I could be the point of contact for this. I know that several other towns of similar size and demographic have had similar events, and those have been peaceful and successful. And I'm certainly happy to collaborate with those organizers as needed.
Okay, thank you very much. It says here on your initial email, and I thought I read it correctly, and it says June 20th. That's
this weekend.
Quick.
Yeah. And again, I'm not sure how quickly we can or would want to organize something like this, but there's not much to it once we get kind of the key players in place. So.
Okay. So we will, well, I'm not going to speak for everybody. So you're going to be the point of contact to make sure we have the proper date. You're going to be the point of contact that we have to go to, we need to go to make sure everything is in place. And, you seem like you have a good list there of what needs to be done. You seem like you have a very good group of people that you can reach out to, other towns. It's a good idea to see how they've disposed of different things and held crowds, not to a minimum, but certainly to the standards for the COVID. And again, unfortunately, we need to continue to do something like this, but I think you have the absolute right, and I serve for that right to assemble as the constitutional amendments. So I am in support of it.
Thank you.
And I will ask the other board members of comments so Judy, any comments?
Yeah, my only question was controlling crowds. If they're more than, say, well, by then I guess you could have 50 people, and then if you spread people out, you could have more. Are you thinking of a way to control the crowd, or?
My understanding is that the regulations for crowds for, this purpose are larger than 50, but maybe I'm misunderstanding that.
I guess if you separate people into different groups. Or...
Mm-hmm. And I can certainly look more into that. But again, hoping to collaborate with Troop K, have not heard back from them. So
I'll be talking with Troop K tomorrow, Tiffany. I just want to wait for this meeting, and then I'll bring you up to speed on any thoughts they have to help keep you safe and make sure you're not interrupted.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Anybody? Bill, Lisa, Rob?
I support it if the proper precautions are taken.
I guess my only question is, it sounds like a good idea. I'm in favor of it. I just wonder if we can do it that quick, I guess is it's Tuesday and that's Saturday, so we only have a few days. I'm, like, if it can be done that quickly and get it together, I'm in favor of it. If you wait another week, it might be better. I don't know.
Well, I think that when she announces it, if people want to come, they will come. If it's three people marching, those three people deserve to be heard. So, but I'm sure it'll be much bigger than that. All right, Judy, Rob, Lisa.
I appreciate that you specifically stated it's going to be peaceful and that it's supportive and that you're going to take care of the garbage. And with that, God bless you and have a good time.
And you certainly have my blessing. It's a sad time in our country, and people need to be heard. So you'll stay in touch with us, Mark. We don't need a motion, right? We're good on this because they have the right to assemble.
There is
Correct.
a hand up.
Oh.
Ingrid?
I keep them off Ingrid's lawn. Ingrid, go ahead. Well, all right, Ingrid, go ahead.
She's on mute.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, she's off mute.
Oh, now she's on mute.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Hold on, Ingrid. I'll get you.
Technical difficulties.
She has to unmute herself.
Oh, she has to do it herself.
Mary, look out. There's a bird on your shoulder.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to ask Tiffany a question. Steve had asked you how many people. That would be important for those of us who live right next to the green to know.
So my understanding is that the maximum capacity for such an event is 100, but I would have to double check that source is up to date.
I got to tell you, it's tough to control if 200 people get here. So we're going to have to work together and stuff. So, and they're going to be off the streets and we'll follow the rules, but we'll be there to support you. Okay.
And will there be bathrooms for them?
I think for 2 hours, they're probably going to be, probably not. For 2 hours.
And that can be something that's included in the communications that bathrooms will not be available. So plan accordingly.
All right, I think that's an important issue.
Yeah.
I've attended similar events and there have not been bathrooms provided due to COVID restrictions. And so I think that that's kind of an expectation among similar events.
I think if you just make people aware, I think that works.
Yeah, we like to think so. Tiffany, we'll talk some more, okay?
Thank you all so much.
Yeah. I also had a request from an email. I've actually had two requests. One is, will the first selectman state something about this time in our lives? And I've reached out and talked to different people singularly and asked the town administrator to do the same and stuff. And I'd like to read a statement that we've come up with for the record. The town of Columbia is an inclusive community that does not condone discrimination or intolerance of any kind. We stand in support of all groups and organizations that seek and deserve racial justice and respect for all. That was, so that's a comment from myself, the first selectman, when the board members have weighed in on that. And I think we are unanimous in saying it's a very difficult time in this country, and it's truly time to make a difference, make a change. And so we'll do that. And some of us have law enforcement. My father was a police officer. Believe me, there's good, there's bad in all walks of life, and we need to change. So in addition to that, we've been asked about putting notification on our town green, on our message board. And I think for injustices all over, another thing that we've brought up is instead of limiting it to a group that certainly deserves our prayers and change, there's so many people out there that suffer the injustices of race, of discrimination, of actions and stuff, that I think that our statement of "we grieve together," we will put that on the sign out there, but I need to see support from the Board of Selectmen. So if you have something else, that's fine, but "we grieve together" seems to have been certainly a heartfelt message to all people. Judy?
That sounds good.
Bill?
I support that, Steve.
Rob?
Absolutely.
Lisa?
I can support that. It says it all, including people who are suffering with COVID. It's a hard time for this country.
Yeah.
It is. And I firmly support it. So for all that have written to me, and it's good to see most of them, I got to believe, came from people under the age of 30. We've said it here. Thank you very much. Okay.
And Stephen, for the record, Brandon Flad, a 17-year-old, was one of your letters, and for the record, it was well written, and we thank him.
Okay. And Christine Esposito, to everybody, there's a hand up. She agrees. Thank you. Well, oh, thanks. It's time. It's overdue. So. Next, where are we next? Okay, once again, our country gets ready to celebrate another birthday, and with that comes the fireworks. And with that, we once again visit our eagles. Mary, just make a little bit of noise, will you, so I can see the two eagles behind you?
They're so cute.
They are.
Mary Royko, come on, make some noise. I want to see those eagles.
Meet Chuck and Barry.
Yeah, so
It's awesome.
so we have two this year.
We do.
And as first selectman, I love the 4th of July. I'm disappointed about what's going on with the parade this year. And if you ever sit out by the lake, go down at the beach, stand on the dock, it doesn't matter. If you see those eagles flying, it's absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, fireworks are illegal. Okay, so I understand all this, but I'd like to make a motion that we send out another letter this year from DEP and the Board of Selectmen, informing them of the Eagles and the reality of the fireworks, and ask that they refrain from use of fireworks. So in saying that, Judy, what's your thoughts?
I think it's a good idea.
Bill?
Agreed.
Rob?
Yep, I agree.
Lisa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Stephen, thank you very much. Okay, next. Nothing on the Columbia Lake. Appointments and resignations. Well, I have here a letter from Tom. You're not on, right? Tom Courier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a letter of recommendation. I would like to recommend Christine Esposito to fill the vacant Board of Education position. I feel that she will be a valuable addition to the board. Christine believes that education is an integral part of the Columbia community. She has demonstrated her interest by attending most of the Board of Education meetings for the past 2 years. She understands the issues and wants to be a part of the solution. She also has 2 children who attend Horace W. Porter School and is an invested member of our community. Her experience as a special education teacher in another town, another district, also qualifies her to fill this Board of Education position. Christine has shown strong leadership skills as a special education teacher. She saw a need that was not being addressed in East Hartford. She decided to establish the unified sports team at East Hartford Middle School. This involved finding staff to assist her, working with parents in the district, as well as seeking out funding. She learned how to work with others while asking administration to change how they operate. She should be very proud of this accomplishment, and I'll agree with that. I don't even know her. I believe that Christine Sposito will be a valued member of the Board of Education, and as the chairman of the Democratic Town Committee, I recommend her for the vacant position. Sincerely, Tom Courier. I see that she's on with us. She wrote a letter, but if there's no objection from the board, I'd like to bring her on and she can say a few words. Wonderful. Christine, would you like to come on for us, please?
Yes, I'm here. For some reason, my volume is not working great. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I'm actually here from our campground, but yeah, I've been attending Board of Ed meetings for a couple of years now, and it's been an interest of mine for a little while, and I was waiting for the right time to come, and it is the perfect time in my life to be able to increase my dedication and my commitment to the Board of Education, and it would be my pleasure to serve the town of Columbia in that role.
I will amend what I read, or what I said. I do know you.
Yes, you know me.
Yes, very good. I've seen you at a lot of events. Very good. So, seems to me she has the qualifications. So, Bill?
I move that we appoint Christine to the Board of Education.
Very good. No more discussion. Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
And you have my vote as a yes. Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
I don't know, she has to swear in, go down to the town hall and swear in, make an appointment, or what?
Yes.
Yes.
So work with the, just give them a call when you're back from your campground and we'll get you down there. You have to make an appointment though with the coronavirus, so. All right, town administrators report.
I just wanted to give a quick update on COVID-19 reimbursements from both state and federal. Right now, we're scheduled to get near $39,000 back from the cost to the Board of Ed, the town, the fire department, and some of the costs that we've helped with the library. So that'll be 75% from FEMA and 25% from state. So that's on track and looking good. And I just wanted to give good news. The board of KERMA, of which I'm a member, has voted for another equity distribution to all the towns that are members in good standing of KERMA. So I haven't gotten our dollar amount yet, but it's kind of like being rewarded for ownership in an insurance company where the more you participate and the more you engage, the lower the overall costs are to the entire agency, and they're giving back to the towns. And they've been, this might be the 10th year in a row. So it's well done. And that's all I have, Steve.
Okay, there's a couple of correspondence. State police report.
Just one other thing. I just wanted to mention the CLA boat parade. The theme this year is the unsung hero. And that boat parade will go off July 4th at 4 p.m.
Thank you. Some correspondence, the state police monthly report, and we received the AHM press release here. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, $1,500 donation to Columbia from the Heroes Lawn Sign campaign. So well done to the town of Columbia. Budgets and transfers and refunds. Oh my. Transfers first. We have a few here.
For some reason. Oh.
$5. Okay, I make a motion. Can I do them all in one, Mark, as listed, or what?
Yes, you could make a motion to, as supplied to the whole board, the entire list totaling $5,516.
All right. Everybody has the packet, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
Great. I make
Yes.
a motion that we transfer $5,516 from the respective accounts to the receiving accounts as listed on your transfer request forms. Any discussion? All those in favor? Judy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
and Steve and I vote yes. $5 cost over budget for oil. Wow. Okay. And refunds, we have one in the amount of $181.70. I make a motion, we refund $181.70. All those in favor, Judy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
thank you. And payment of bills, we have some bills to pay. I make a motion, we pay bills in the amount of $248,360.48, consisting of 1920 emergency, 1920 regular, and bond payment, credit card, paychecks. There's a large payment in here for the resident state trooper, the yearly we pay to the state for his services. That's why you see this amount. Any discussion?
Yeah, the 175,000 was the only one I had questioned, and that's a yearly amount we pay to the state.
Yep, and that's it's probably a few dollars under what we budget.
Okay.
We knew it before the budget was set. So.
Right, that's fine. I was assuming it had to be a yearly amount.
Thank you. No more discussion. All those in favor? Judy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Great. Audience of citizens, anybody? Somebody in the chat line here. Thank you. Congratulations for Christine. Yeah, well deserved. It's good that people step up. Thank you. Anybody else? Any hands? Christine, you have something to say?
Hi, Steve. It's Christine Sposito again, 62 Doubleday Road. I just had a question about the opening. Are there any plans for the playgrounds to be reopened? Is that included in the tomorrow's next phase?
It's included in the 17th phase, I believe. Mark, you said something about that we are opening playgrounds?
Yes, the playgrounds will be open on the 17th.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Cool.
No one else? No one else?
I don't see anything on public input, and I don't see anything more in the chat room.
Great. Thank you. Board member comments. Judy?
I don't have any.
Bill?
No.
Rob?
I'm good.
Lisa?
I gotta say, the other day I was driving through Hebron and there was a rally on the corner, and there was our state police sitting in the middle of it. And I gotta give kudos. I've never heard anything around here of a state trooper that served our town anyway, or Hebron, where we do a lot of business. And even in Willimantic, there's such good people for the most part. And I've always been relieved when they showed up when we called. And I'm grateful to them.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's, thank you. I actually don't have anything else. So with that, I make a motion that we end the meeting, adjourn. All those in favor, Judy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
Thank you, Stephen. I vote yes. Everybody who's been on here, thank you very much. Christine, do you still have something to say? Because the time's over.
No.
Okay. Your hand up there still. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care.
Good night.
Tiffany,
Bye.
get the information. We'll get it out for you and we'll talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.